The Manhattan penthouse glowed under crystal chandeliers. My 5-year anniversary party buzzed with laughter, clinking glasses, and the soft hum of a jazz trio. I, Emily Harper, stood at the center of it all. My fashion brand, Harper Designs, was the talk of New York. My sleek penthouse, with its marble kitchen island, screamed success. Rachel, my business partner, had outdone herself. Flowers spilled over every surface. Waitstaff glided through the crowd. Just an hour ago, Rachel's toast had brought tears to my eyes. To Emily, she'd said, raising her champagne. The visionary who built an empire. The room had erupted in applause. I believed it. The perfect life. The perfect partnership. Every Instagram post I shared sparked envy. A thriving business. A stunning home. A partner who had my back. I sipped my champagne, smiling at guests. Then Sarah, my best friend, grabbed my arm. "Emily, you need to see this," she whispered. Her voice was low, urgent. Her fingers pressed into my skin. The worry in her eyes hit me like a punch. My stomach churned. "Now?" I asked, glancing at the crowd. We were about to cut the cake. Sarah didn't answer. She pulled me through the sea of guests, their congratulations fading into noise. The jazz music softened as we reached Rachel's private office. Sarah shut the door. The party's energy felt miles away. "What's going on?" I asked, my voice steady but my heart racing. Sarah's face was pale. "I wasn't snooping," she started, her words rushed. "I came in here for napkins, like Rachel said. But I saw her laptop. It was open." She paused, her eyes searching mine. "Emily, it's bad." My champagne glass felt heavy in my hand. I set it down. The room seemed to tilt, just a little. Sarah's next words hung in the air, sharp and unforgiving. "You're not going to believe what I found." The door clicked shut behind us. Rachel's office was a stark contrast to the glittering party outside. Dark wood, leather chairs, a sleek laptop glowing on the desk. The jazz trio's notes barely reached us, muffled by the walls. Sarah's hands trembled as she pulled out her phone. "Look at this," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. She opened a banking app, the screen casting a cold light on her face. I leaned in, squinting at the numbers. A transfer. $750,000. From Harper Design's business account to some offshore bank. My breath caught. "This can't be right," I said, my voice hollow. Sarah swiped to show more. Dozens of transfers, smaller amounts, stretching back months. 10,000 here. 20,000 there. Small enough to slip under my radar. My throat tightened. "I would have noticed," I muttered, grabbing my own phone. I scrolled through our transaction history. The evidence was there, undeniable. All those late nights Rachel spent, helping with the books. Her reassurances when I fretted about cash flow. "Everything's fine, Emily," she'd said, her smile warm. I'd believed her. "There's more," Sarah said softly. She swiped to an image, a chain of emails between Rachel and Jessica, my sales director. My Jessica. The one I trusted with my expansion plans. "In 2 months, we'll have enough to disappear," Rachel wrote. Jessica replied, "What about Emily? She'll notice." Rachel's response was a knife to my chest. "She's too busy with the audit to see us leave." An audit? I'd never ordered an audit. My mind spun. "What audit?" I whispered. Sarah's eyes filled with pity. "I'm so sorry, Emily." My champagne glass slipped from my hand. It hit the carpet with a dull thud. Red wine bled into the beige fibers, spreading like a wound. 5 years of partnership. 8 years of friendship. All a lie. My chest heaved, panic rising. Rachel's voice echoed from the hallway. "Emily? Where are you?" "The cake's waiting." Sarah grabbed my arm. "Don't let her know you know," she hissed. "Not yet. We need to figure out how much she's taken. And what this audit's about." I kicked the glass under the desk, wiping my eyes. Rachel appeared in the doorway, radiant in her tailored blazer, her smile lighting up the room. "Everything okay?" she asked, her voice smooth as silk. I forced a smile, my heart pounding. "Just girl talk," I said, slipping my hand through hers. Her touch felt wrong, foreign. "Sorry, Rachel. You know how Sarah gets about her crushes." Sarah laughed, playing along. Rachel's eyes flicked between us, but her smile didn't waver. "Come on," she said, leading me back to the party. "Everyone's waiting." I followed, the storm inside me raging unseen. The party's glow swallowed us as we stepped back into the living room. Rachel's hand stayed in mine, her grip warm, steady. I wanted to yank it away, scream, but Sarah's warning burned in my mind. "Don't let her know." I plastered a smile on my face, nodding at guests, their faces blurring into a haze of congratulations. Rachel played the perfect partner, raising our joined hands like we'd won something. The crowd cheered. My stomach churned. The cake sat on a table, white chocolate drizzles and raspberries glistening under the chandelier. Rachel's favorite bakery. I'd ordered it to make her happy. Now it mocked me. "Ready to cut?" Rachel asked, her voice bright. I glanced at the knife, its silver blade catching the light. My fingers twitched. "You or me?" she said, tilting her head. I reached for the knife, wrapping my hand around the handle. "My turn," I said, locking eyes with her. The room clapped as we sliced through the cake, her hand guiding mine. Her touch felt like a lie. I smiled for photos, laughed at toasts, kissed Rachel's cheek when glasses clinked. My face ached from the act. 5 years of lies. 5 years of her siphoning my dreams while I poured everything into Harper Designs. The last guests left around midnight. Rachel wrapped her arms around me from behind, her chin on my shoulder. "You okay, Emily? You seem off." Her voice was soft, concerned. I forced another smile. "Just tired." "Big night." She nodded, kissing my temple. 5 years. I'm so lucky. I swallowed the scream clawing at my throat. "Me too," I lied, pulling away. "I'll clean up. You head to bed." She hesitated, then disappeared upstairs. I collapsed onto the couch, my body trembling. My phone buzzed. "Sarah. Call me. I'm worried." I didn't call. I needed answers. I crept into Rachel's office, the air heavy with her perfume. Her laptop sat on the desk, closed, taunting me. I grabbed it, along with files from her drawer. In the kitchen, I poured a glass of wine, spreading everything across the counter. The laptop was locked. I tried our anniversary date, my birthday, hers. Nothing. After the 5th try, I stopped, afraid it'd lock me out. I turned to the files. Insurance papers, car records, warranties. Normal stuff. But in a folder labeled Tax Prep, I found something else. Financial reports for Harper Designs. Numbers that didn't match the ones I reviewed monthly. My heart raced. 2 sets of books. The doorbell jolted me. Wine splashed across the counter. "Who comes at 1 a.m.? I peered through the peephole. Sarah, shivering in the night air. I pulled her inside. "I couldn't sleep," she said, her voice low. "Your face when you saw those transfers, I had to check on you." I led her to the kitchen, showing her the reports. "These aren't real," I whispered. Sarah frowned, scanning the pages. "She's keeping 2 sets of books. One for you, one for her." I gripped the counter. The audit in those emails. What if she's framing me for tax fraud? The thought hit like a slap. Not just theft. Betrayal on a whole new level. "Rachel." Sarah's voice hissed from upstairs. "Who's there?" My blood ran cold. We were out of time. The Brooklyn Cafe was quiet, tucked away from Manhattan's chaos. I sat in a corner booth, my coffee untouched, the steam curling into the air. Laura, the private investigator Sarah recommended, slid into the seat across from me. No trench coat, just a sensible jacket and sharp eyes. "Sarah filled me in," she said, her voice steady. "But I need it from you." I exhaled, the words feeling foreign. "My business partner, Rachel, is stealing from my company. I think she's setting me up for tax fraud." Laura didn't flinch, just pulled out a notebook. "Show me what you've got." I handed her my phone, the screenshot Sarah took glowing on the screen. Offshore transfers. Fake financial reports. Emails about a mystery audit. Laura's pen scratched as I explained Rachel's late-night bookkeeping, her lies about cash flow. "How much?" she asked. "At least $750,000, I said, my voice catching. "Maybe more." Laura whistled softly. "And your company's finances?" I twisted the napkin in my hands, a habit I couldn't shake. Profitable. Growing. Or so I thought. Rachel always reviewed the books before our accountant, Mia, saw them. Laura's eyes softened. It's not your fault, Emily. She played you. My phone buzzed. A text from Jessica, my sales director. Lunch today? Q3 forecast. I showed Laura. She's in on it, I said. Those emails proved it. Laura leaned forward. Meet her. Act normal. See what she says. I can tell her if you want. I nodded, my stomach nodding. Just be careful, Laura added. Information's your weapon now. We spent the next hour going over passwords, bank accounts, tax records. When we finished, I felt hollow, like I'd handed over my life. The Soho studio, my sanctuary, felt wrong when I walked in. Harper Design's headquarters, with its racks of fabrics and buzzing sewing machines, used to ground me. Now it was enemy territory. Who else was in on Rachel's scheme? Mia looked up from her desk. Emily? Didn't expect you today. At 28, she was sharp, meticulous, handling our books with care. If numbers were off, she'd know. Just checking in, I said, forcing a smile. How's the fall line? Mia hesitated. Strong. Pre-orders are up. But I need to talk to you. My pulse quickened. About what? She lowered her voice. Some financial reports don't add up. Expense allocations are off. I found payments to Horizon Solutions, $75,000 total. No record of their services. Horizon Solutions. The name meant nothing, but it screamed trouble. When did you notice? I asked. Last week, Mia said, uneasy. Rachel stopped by, used your computer to check numbers. I mentioned the discrepancies, but she brushed me off. Said not to worry. Rachel, in my office, on my computer. My hands clenched. Thanks, Mia. Keep this between us for now. She nodded, relief in her eyes. I was scared I'd overstepped. I shook my head. You did the right thing. As I left her desk, my phone buzzed again. Rachel. Hope your day's going well. Dinner tonight? Big news. News. Another lie. I texted back, can't wait. The ease of my lie startled me. But I was learning fast. The bistro, 2 blocks from my Soho studio, hummed with lunchtime chatter. I sat across from Jessica, my sales director, at our usual corner table. Her smile was as polished as ever, her napkin draped neatly across her lap. I sipped my water, studying her. She'd helped Rachel steal from me, plotted to ruin me. Yet here she was, acting like my friend. That anniversary party was stunning, she said, her voice light. Rachel really went all out. I nodded, forcing a smile. She loves surprises. My words felt like glass in my mouth. Jessica leaned in, her eyes bright. Speaking of surprises, I've crunched numbers for the expansion plan. We should move faster. Open 3 new stores by spring. My dream new Harper Designs locations in Chicago, Miami, LA. Rachel had always pushed for it, and now I knew why. More stores meant more money to siphon. I tilted my head, cautious. That's aggressive. The economy's tricky. Jessica waved a hand. Interest rates are low. Our brand's hot. I've got a proposal ready for the board. She slid a packet across the table. I stared at it, then at her. How long had she been scheming? You've been busy, I said, my tone even. Rachel's on board too, right? Jessica nodded. She's helped with the financials. She's got a sharp mind. Of course she did. I leaned back, testing her. Funny thing. I noticed payments to Horizon Solutions. $75,000. Know anything about that? A flicker crossed Jessica's face, guilt, maybe fear before her professional mask snapped back. Horizon? Oh, they did market research for the expansion. Rachel handled the contract. A lie. I oversaw every research project myself. Right, I said, my voice smooth. Must have slipped my mind. Her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, then flipped it face down. Too quick. Was she texting Rachel, updating her on me? My skin prickled. The rest of lunch blurred small talk, fake laughs. As we parted outside, Jessica hugged me, her perfume sharp. We're going to do great things, she said. I wondered if she meant us or her and Rachel. Back at the studio, I locked my office door and called Laura. Horizon Solutions, I said, cutting to the chase. Dig into it. Laura's voice was calm. Already on it. Mia sent me the payment records this morning. I froze. Mia? How'd she get your number? Laura paused. I reached out after our meeting. She's your accountant, Emily. She's key. My jaw tightened. You should have asked me. Laura didn't waver. We're racing the clock. Mia's been tracking irregularities for months. She's with you. I rubbed my temples, a headache blooming. Mia, alone with her suspicions, too scared to speak up. I softened. What about Horizon? It's a shell company, Laura said. Registered 6 months ago. No website, no staff. Just a P.O. box. And guess who's behind it? Olivia Carter, Rachel's old college friend. My stomach dropped. Olivia, at my party, laughing with Rachel. There's more, Laura added. Emails between Rachel and Olivia. They're planning to flee to the Bahamas. Soon. I gripped the phone. Rachel wasn't just stealing. She was vanishing, with Jessica by her side. The penthouse was dark when I slipped back inside, my heart hammering. Rachel was out, meeting Olivia for drinks. I had to move fast. Her office smelled of leather and her sharp perfume, a scent that now turned my stomach. I eased the door shut, my hands trembling. The laptop sat on her desk, its sleek surface daring me to try again. I'd failed to crack it before, but something nagged at me. Last year, I'd gifted Rachel a vintage necklace for her birthday. She loved it, had its clasp engraved with a tiny code. I typed it in. The screen unlocked. My breath caught. I scrolled through emails, documents, her browser history. Most were mundane client pitches, vendor contracts. Then, in a folder labeled Investments, I found it. Confirmation for 2 first-class tickets to the Bahamas. One way. Leaving tomorrow afternoon. Rachel and Jessica. Not just business partners. The betrayal cut deeper than I'd imagined. I snapped a screenshot, my hands shaking. A new email pinged from Olivia. Audit alert. Timeline moved up. Details tomorrow. Watch your back. An audit flagged. Someone had noticed the financial games. Authorities might be closing in. I forwarded the email to myself, my pulse racing. Footsteps. The office door creaked open. Rachel stood there, her silhouette framed by the hallway light. Emily? What are you doing? Her voice was groggy, but her eyes sharpened. I slammed the laptop shut. Couldn't sleep. Needed aspirin. I edged toward the door. In my office? She stepped closer, blocking me. You were on my computer. Her tone hardened. What did you see? My mind raced. No more pretending. I know, Rachel. The transfers. Horizon Solutions. The Bahamas. Her face flickered shock, then ice-cold anger. She grabbed my arm, her nails digging in. What are you talking about? I yanked free, my voice steady despite the fear. $750,000. Your emails with Jessica. Your plan to liquidate Harper Designs. Her grip tightened. Who else knows? I lied, bold and desperate. Everyone. Lawyers. Accountants. Police. Her eyes narrowed. You're bluffing. Think I'd let you catch me? Every transfer has your digital signature, Emily. You're the thief. The words hit like a fist. She hadn't just stolen. She'd framed me. Get out, I said, my voice low. You have 1 hour or I go to the press. Rachel laughed, a cold, jagged sound. This is my home too. You've got nothing. I stepped past her, my phone buzzing. Laura. Don't confront her alone. Wait for me. Too late. Downstairs, glass shattered. Rachel was trashing the place. I locked myself in the guest bathroom, my hands shaking as I dialed Laura. She knows, I whispered. I told her. She's threatening to frame me. Where is she? Laura's voice was tight. Downstairs, wrecking everything. A crash echoed, then Rachel's voice too close. Emily, we're not done. Laura didn't hesitate. Get out. I'm 20 minutes away. Another thud. I don't have 20 minutes, I said, my voice breaking. Go to Sarah's. 5 minutes away. I'll meet you. I texted Sarah. Urgent. Coming now. Rachel knows. Her reply was instant. Doors open. Hurry. The bathroom window was small, but I could fit. I pushed it open, my hip scraping the frame, and dropped to the ground. Pain shot through my ankle. I limped to my car, keys clenched. Rachel burst out the front door as I peeled away, her silhouette shrinking in the rearview. Sarah was waiting, pulling me inside her Brooklyn apartment. She locked the door, her face pale. Are you hurt? I shook my head, wincing. Just my ankle. I'm fine. But I wasn't. Nothing was. I called the police, Sarah said, guiding me to the couch. They're coming. I sank into the cushions, the weight of it all crashing down. Rachel wasn't just gone. She was a stranger, and I'd been her pawn. Sarah's Brooklyn apartment felt like a fortress, the locked door a thin shield against the chaos I'd fled. I sank into her couch, my ankle throbbing, my hands still trembling. Sarah handed me water, her eyes wide with worry. The police are on their way, she said. What happened? I recounted Rachel's threats, her cold laugh, the shattered glass. She said the transfers have my signature. She's framing me. Sarah's jaw tightened. Let her try. A knock startled us. Sarah checked the peephole, then opened the door. Laura strode in, laptop and a stack of documents in hand. You okay? She asked, her voice steady but urgent. I shook my head. No, but I'm here. Laura set her files on the coffee table. We've got enough to nail them, but we need to move fast. Those Bahamas tickets? They're for tomorrow, not Friday. A decoy to throw us off. My stomach lurched. Tomorrow? They'll be gone. Laura's eyes locked on mine. Not if we act now. I've set a trap. A fake meeting with your investor, James Westfield, at 9 a.m. in Manhattan. My colleague will play the part. Rachel thinks she's sealing the deal. Instead, she's walking into us. I stared, my mind racing. Westfield's fake. Laura nodded. Rachel doesn't know we know. Another knock, sharper. Sarah checked again. Police. 2 officers stepped in, a woman and a man. The woman spoke first. We got a call about a domestic incident. I took a breath. My business partner, Rachel, threatened me. She's stealing from my company. I had to escape through a window. The male officer scribbled notes as I spilled it all the $750,000, the fake company, Rachel's plan to flee. Did she hurt you? The woman asked. I rolled up my sleeve, revealing bruises from Rachel's grip. She grabbed me. Hard. They photographed the marks, took my statement. My phone buzzed. Rachel's texts. You're making a mistake. Come home. We'll talk. Then, darker, you don't know what you've started. I showed the officers. She's desperate, I said. The police left, promising to file a restraining order. Laura laid out the plan. Tomorrow, in my conference room, you confront Rachel, Jessica, and Olivia. We've got the transfers, emails, your recording from last night. Federal agents will be waiting. My heart pounded. What if Rachel doesn't show? Laura's smile was grim. She will. She can't resist the investor bait. I thought of Rachel's face last night, cold, calculating. She'd never loved our partnership. I was just her ticket out. I want to be there, I said, my voice firm. Face to face. Laura hesitated. It'll get ugly. I met her gaze. It already is. She tried to ruin me. I need to see her fall. Sarah squeezed my hand. You sure? Fear churned inside me, but something stronger burned beneath it. Resolve. 9 a.m. I said. I'll be ready. The conference room loomed in my mind, glass walls, steel table, the truth laid bare. Rachel, Jessica, Olivia, all in one place. My hands stopped shaking. For the first time in days, I felt a spark of control. Tomorrow, I'd face the women who betrayed me. Tomorrow, I'd take back my life. The penthouse felt different when I returned. Emptier, yet lighter. I walked through the rooms, each step reclaiming what was mine. In Rachel's office, a framed photo caught my eye, us, laughing on a rooftop, early in our partnership. I searched her face for hints of the betrayal to come. Nothing. Or maybe I'd been blind. I set the frame down, face first. My phone rang. Sarah. You okay? She asked. I smiled, surprised by the truth. I'm fine. Thinking about redecorating. She laughed. Bold move. What's the vibe? I glanced around, Rachel's neutral tones suffocating me. Everything, I said. Something that's me. In the kitchen, where it all began, the counters gleamed, the anniversary party's chaos gone. One champagne glass sat forgotten, its rim smudged. I picked it up, swirling the dregs. 5 years of partnership. 8 years of trust. Tarnished, but not erased. I set the glass in the sink, deliberate final. Laura's words echoed. It's yours, Emily. Always was. The business would survive. The forensic accountant was untangling Rachel's mess. Some money would return, not all, but enough. Harper Designs was mine to rebuild. I opened a drawer, pulled out a notebook, and started writing. Not what I'd lost, but what lay ahead. At the top, I scrawled what mattered. My business. This home. My designs. My future. The truth. No one could steal that. My pen paused, then moved again. Call Mia. Offer her that promotion. Change the locks. Redecorate. Bold colors, maybe. I closed the notebook, my chest lighter than it had been in months. The city hummed outside, alive, waiting. For the first time in forever, I held the power to choose what came next.